Today we're looking at a new trigger from Godox, the Godox XPro-II-C TTL wireless flash trigger for Sony cameras. This means that it communicates with your cameras and flashes, giving you an accurate and reliable TTL through the lens metering with your Sony camera. Now, if you're using Canon, Nikon, Fuji, or even Leica, Godox has triggers for your Pacific camera brand as well. One of the standout features with the XPro-II is its large, easy to read LCD screen. This screen displays all of your flash settings, which allows you to make adjustments quickly. Another great feature of the XPro-II is its range. It can control your flashes up to 328 feet away, which is perfect for those times when you need to place your flashes far away from your camera. The XPro-II also has a built-in Bluetooth module, which allows you to control your flashes with your smartphone. This is a great feature if you need to make quick adjustments on the go without having to physically touch your camera. On the side of the trigger, you have the off and on button, which turns the trigger off and on. Here you have an off and on button. This is for the AF assist beam. That's actually going to be right here. If you put your Sony camera in AF-S mode, this AF assist beam will work for your mirrorless cameras. So on the left side of the trigger, you have the different groups. You have A through E. Depending on how many flashes you'll be using, you're going to want each flash to be a different group. Right now we have the 8300 connected. I have it on group A. I'm going to press the A to select that group. Now I can adjust the power of the 8300 directly from my trigger. We're going to press the test button to make sure it's firing. So that's at 1/28th power. So I'm going to turn this up to 1/8. So if I want to turn this light off and on, I can just press this A button twice, and that will turn that group off. If I want to turn it back on, I press it again, and it's going to bring it right back to where I had it at. Right now I'm in manual mode on my flash. If I press the mode button, it's going to turn it off. If I press the mode button again, it's going to turn it to TTL. Right now the TTL is set to 0. For some reason I want a little bit more light. Let's say I had a grid on it and I want to push a little bit more light out of it. I can just roll this wheel and give it +1 all the way up to +3 on the TTL. And if for some reason you want less light, you can go to -3 on TTL. If I had other lights that I wanted to adjust, I can just press these different buttons on the side, or I can press this arrow here to go up and down the different groups. On the bottom of the trigger, there are 4 buttons, which is identical to the original XPro trigger: all, sync, zoom, and the modeling lamp. If you press the all button, this is going to let you select all of the groups and change them all together. The sync button turns on high-speed sync. This will let you shoot over your camera's sync speed, which traditionally is 1/250th. The zoom button lets you control the zoom of your speed lights and the 8100 Pro. If you press the modeling light, this is going to turn the modeling light on. With the original XPro I trigger, you only could turn the modeling light off and on. Now with this new trigger, you actually can adjust the brightness of the modeling lamp. I'm going to select A, group A. I'm going to hold the modeling lamp. Now you're going to see that that percentage is lit up. So now I can lower this to 10%, or I can turn it all the way up to 100%. If you want to see where your light is falling at and try to get that catch light, you can turn the modeling lamp on, and before you even take a test shot, you can get the angle right, the height right, and all those different adjustments. If you want to take advantage of this, make sure all of your lights firmware is up to date. Now, if you press and hold the mode button, this will lock your screen so you can't make any adjustments. And then if you press and hold it again, it'll unlock your screen. You have the test button here. I typically press this test button once I have all my lights on. That way I know they're in the correct groups and channels before I start making different adjustments. If we're working with just one light and you want to see that a little bit clearer, you can press this magnifying glass, and that's going to bring up the settings just for this one light. And as you see, you can see this a lot clearer versus when you're having all the groups activated and you're adjusting them independently like that. So you press the menu button, that's going to take you to the menu. And the first one is how you're going to adjust your different channels. You could also do a scan. This is going to search for the best signal so you don't have any interference. If you're doing an engagement session in a very popular location, like on a Saturday or something, and all the photographer lights are triggering each other's, do that scan and it's going to tell you the best channel to put it on. You got the Bluetooth. This is how you're going to connect your trigger to your smartphone. So if you go into step, I actually already have mine on 1/512. Sometimes when I was using my 8600 and it's getting darker, even at 1/28th, it's too much power. So this is going to allow me to go all the way down to 512. If you go to shoot, this right here, you can say that one person using it, multiple people are using it, or you can also control this with the Cyconic light meter. And that's going to be the L858. If you want to use the TCM feature, you just have to select which flash you're using. We have Legacy Hot Shoe. You can turn it off and on. If you go to page 2, you have your AF assist beam option, and we're using a mirrorless camera, so we have it on that. This is the sleep. This trigger is going to go to sleep after 60 seconds of not being in use. This is the backlight. You can have that off or on. Got it on, so it makes it a lot easier to see. I got my contrast to +3. You also have this user setting. If you're a studio photographer, you can save your settings to these different presets. So your white backdrop could be number 1. Your black backdrop could be number 2. And now you don't have to remember those settings. It's going to turn all the lights off or on and adjust the different power settings accordingly. And comparing this to the XPro I trigger, definitely a little bit bigger and heavier. The screen looks a little bit bigger. All of the buttons are definitely bigger, from the wheel to the groups. It's a lot easier to read. For these 4 buttons down here on the bottom, they're actually written on the actual buttons versus on the actual trigger itself. One problem that people had on the original XPro I trigger was the battery door. This will come off and on really easily when I'm pulling it out of my bag. So like this one, see how easy it is to pop this one off? One hand. This one, I can't do that. This does take 2 AA batteries to power it. You can see that the AF assist beam is also a little bit different as well. This has the new locking feature to connect it to your camera. So instead of twisting it, you just twist it and it locks in place. See, the older one, you have to twist it down to lock it in place. Over here on the side, they got rid of this little flap. You have a USB-C cable here to update your trigger and the PC remote. Drop a comment below and let me know if you guys are going to be upgrading to this XPro II trigger, or if you're just going to stick with your original XPro I trigger and it's working just fine for you.
So this is the Godox XPro II for the Olympus or Panasonic versions of the cameras, which works with wirelessly with any of the Godox flashes. This is the TT350 here by Godox. And it also works with any of the Flashpoint flashes, which is Adiramas, which is basically just Godox making them for Adorama. So you can see that whenever I adjust the flash here, it adjusts that I'm changing the setting on the trigger. It changes the settings on the flash itself on both of them. So I'm going to just hit the flash button here a couple times. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it with the... I'm just repeatedly hitting the test, so you can see that both flashes are firing each time. It's hard for you to probably see. I don't know, I'm just hitting it repeatedly. So maybe you'll catch a 1 or 2 there. It's on the lowest setting just about, but I can make it go full blast if I wanted to. I don't know if you're able to see any of those. That was a good full blast. So the app can also adjust the flashes. You just got to connect with the Bluetooth, and you can see I'm swapping, changing it to go up to 64. I know. And if I do a test from here, it does the same thing. So either the app or this will control the flashes. You adjust something here or here, it's going to work. It's that simple.